Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome to our Saturday morning practice. We'll be spending the next hour and a half together. And today we are alternating every week. Today, at the very end, the stand up exercise is going to be about Jing, a QiGong exercise. So we're pairing that with some finger massage. We're going to start with the fingers, work all the way to the toes. And then also we're going to be learning how to tap our energy points starting at the very top of the head, goes all the way to the bottom of the feet. All right. So let's just bring our mind back to our body and mind together. That's the true meaning of yoga, is the mind synchronized with the body. So let's start at the very bottom of our spine. Move up the spine towards the top of the head. As you do that, I want you to stretch that spine. And then I want you to lean back the upper torso. And as you do that, I want you to open that shoulder, lean back, and then relax the shoulder, relax the spine. We're going to be doing exercises on the joints, starting with the fingers. We're going to start with the left hand at the palm. And we're going to take the right hand, the thumb, this bone right here. And we're going to work on the joints, one joint at a time, one finger at a time. So we're going to massage the front, the left, front, and the right. Now, keep in mind that this is, in fact, a meditation practice. It's a mindfulness meditation practice. Often there's a over explanation of what mindfulness is. It's just memory. That's the original meaning of the word mindfulness. In the Pali language, it's sati, just means remember. So always check on your mind and ask yourself, where is my mind? My mind should be on my finger. My mind should be on the joint. My mind should be on the front of the joint, the left of the joint, the right of the joint. Now we're going to use the left thumb and work on the right hand, one joint at a time. So here I'm equating mindfulness with anchoring. Anchor your mind as if you're anchoring your tiny little boat in the middle of the ocean, not in the ocean, by the sea, in the sea, right? In the middle of the storm. If you don't anchor your mind, you're going to be overcome with storms, which are your mind, your anger, your fear, your anxiety, and so forth. Now we're going to work on the back of the hand. Again, back to the right fingers. Now, the reason why we want to work on the fingers, the joints of the, is because we want to clear the energy lines that run through our body. These energy lines form the 24 clock, 24-hour clock, and they're associated with different organs. And the fingers are the extremities. So if the energy, the life energy, the chi, when they flow from the inside the body to the outside the body, and then when they reach the extremities, whether it's the fingers, the toes, the top of the head, the ears, and so forth, and if that get blocked, they cannot return. All right. Now, we're done with the joints. So now we're going to work on the tip of the finger, and we're going to take each of the finger, locate the nail, and then on both sides of the nail, we're going to squeeze. So some good energy points there. And for those of you who wanted to really get a better understanding of what these energy points and energy lines are, there's some good references. It's not hard to find. Okay, so I hope at the very minimum this class a starts your curiosity. Okay, now I want you to form a fist, very loose fist, and I want you to work on in between the knuckle and massage that. So some energy points there. And then now I want you to work on in between the finger bones as they merge into the wrist. So massage that. Now some of you, as you do that, you feel a little bit of pain and numbness. So in the Chinese way of understanding a body, they associate pain with inflammation, chronic inflammation, and they associate with um, the reduction of inflammation with the clearing of the energy line. So now we're going to use the left hand and work on the right, and then massage in between the bones before they merge into the wrist. Okay. Now, as these bones merge together at the wrist, and you can use your thumb, you can locate a few kind of cavity. Okay, cavity, and these are the important energy point as well. So there are two on top of the wrist, and there's one actually, it's a very important one that is as you come down from the thumb, it's also at the wrist right here. Okay, over here, over here, two, and then at the thumb down, one, right? Okay. Now we're going to put the hand on top of each other and the palm touching the back of the hand, the fingers kind of squeeze together, and we're going to massage. And then the other way. Okay. Now we're going to work on the center part of the palm. First, we're going to do some quick massage, which is if you identify this big round circle, just put your hands together, warm it up a little bit. And then work on the tip of the fingers now and just kind of squeeze. And there are 10 energy points there. Now we're going to do more finger work. These are actually very famous QiGong exercise. So we're going to take the fingers and just stretch it out as far as we can. Stretch it out. Okay, now we're going to take the tip of the thumb and the tip of the index finger, put them together and just squeeze really hard as you can. And then the thumb and the middle finger and squeeze. And then the ring finger squeeze. And then the little finger squeeze. Now we're going to come back in the middle, anywhere in the middle, wherever you're comfortable. Squeeze, middle finger, squeeze, squeeze, and then squeeze. Okay. Now we're going to put the hand together, tip of the fingers touching, the center of the palm touching, and push as hard as you can. And then raise the elbow, and then bring down the hands, put some pressure on the wrist, and then come back. All right. Now we're going to tap on the fingertips. The fingertips are the energy points. And the Chinese, they explain everything by the five elements, right? I talked about this before. And so the five fingers represent the five elements. So each one reflects one of the internal organs, the lung, the heart, the splint, the liver, and the kidney, and so forth, in some order. Now we're going to put the tip of the fingers together, kind of stretch out the fingers, and we're going to tap this 30 times. And I want you to focus, anchor your mind on the fingers, feel the vibration as you tap. Get ready, go. Now I want you to cross the fingers. There's 8 energy points here. And I want you to tap that 30 times as well. Once again, anchor your mind on your fingers. Okay, now we're going to start tapping these energy points and work all the way to the shoulder, to the top of the head. First, we're going to work on 2 energy points, very important, in the inside of the palm. Whatever is inside, away from the sun, is what we call yin. That's when the energy comes in from the universe. And then what flows out on the backside of the hand facing the sun, that's called yang. Okay, so it's action equal to reaction. So on this side, there's 3 energy lines. There's the lung, the heart. Okay, now, except that in this case, the heart is actually the mental state. Chinese has the same word for heart as well as for the mind. So this is essentially the mind. This is the heart, or what's called pericardium. And then this is the lung. But it's best to think about them as the 5 elements. So These two are the fire, and this one is the mineral. And so when you think about gardening, right, the fire is what's giving you the source of the energy. The mineral is the source of immunity. This is how your body protect yourself. So these are very important. All right. So now you can find the energy point. Basically, they are on top of the muscle. But the easiest way is just put your hand together, forming a V, and the meat part and the meat part are together, and focus on that, and then 30 times. And then now we go to the other side. Again, this part facing that, and then forming a V 30 times. And then these are the yin, the corresponding, the yang energy lines are the small intestine and the large intestine. It's interesting that they associate the small intestine with the mind. The small intestines is where you digest food. When you digest food, you're actually quite happy, right? And then it's also interesting that they associate the large intestine with the lung because one provides immunity and the other one essentially provides detoxification. So those two are very important. So the easiest this energy point right here. Okay, so that you take your palm, you form a line on the outside of that. Now this time you put your hand together and you have them flat like this. Then you roll up your fingers, not squeeze, just very softly. And we're going to tap this energy line 30 times. Okay. Now, this is the large intestine. This is a very, very, very famous energy point here called the merging valley. And I mentioned about pain and inflammation and talk about how pain is associated with clearing the energy line. So this large intestine energy line has a lot to do with pain killing. So especially this one. Okay. So if you have muscle cramp and you squeeze that. Now the way to find that is you put your fingers together. You find this little bump here. You open. There's a valley, right? You put your thumb and then it's on the index finger. Now the way we want to learn to do that is we go back to this energy point. We put that on top, okay, as if you're chopping, and going to basically impact both the small intestines and large intestine at the same time. Get ready, go. And then the other side. Okay. Um, Carly, I mentioned I can't read it very well, but I suspect you're talking about this energy point. This is the one before this one. Okay, this is the lung energy point. Okay, it's very easy to find. All right, just look it up. The lung, I believe, is symbolized as L. This might be the second energy point of L. If I'm not mistaken, this might be called the L2. Okay, just look that up. And we'll just look up large in lung meridian. Okay, lung meridian. Anytime you have something that is sore, it's an indication that the body is need help. Okay, so the Chinese way of thinking about it is that if if the energy line is clear of any obstacle, then there's no pain. If there's pain, it means that it's blocked. It's just that simple. Okay, but I'm not recommending that you look for these points where you are sore and then you work on it. Just we do this every week. I do this every day. I actually now do it twice a day, and it just meanness. right? And what you find is that it takes a while, but after a while, all your inflammation would go away, and you live a healthy life, right? And it's very easy to think, oh, I have this problem and I work on this one, and you do that anyway. But for example, I still have some problem with frozen shoulder, so which is good because I'm bringing you to the large intestine energy line, and there's some energy points here that are very good in reducing pain. So this is the good one. So let's put our thumb down, pushing against the index finger. Okay. So this is the one for the large intestine. You can look this one up. This is very simple. Okay, so this definitely reduce pain. Now, as you walk along this energy line on the outside of the bone, it comes up to here. And so if you fold your elbow like this and you just put your thumb down, there's another one. And this one turned out to be very good for reducing high blood pressure. All right. And this is probably called, if I translate, it's probably called a pawn at the bend, which makes sense. Now, it turns out that if you open this and you're now on this side along the thumb, that's the lung energy line. So one is yang and one's yin. This one is very important. So you press down on this. So we're going to be working on this one. This is also very important for lowering your blood pressure. Okay, but now coming back to the large intestines, continue some very important energy points. If you start your shoulder, four fingers down, this energy point, and just press on that. Okay, press on that. And then for me, the one that helps my shoulder is I come back at the bend, I measure four fingers, and on outside of the bone, I press down, and the pain of my shoulder goes away. Okay, and I find that if this one hurts, I work on the left, and vice versa. Now let's come back to this. So press here. Just put your thumb here. See, you put together. You see this bump. Just put your thumb on that as you open your finger, and then press towards the index finger. It's very sore. Okay. Now work up here. That's the bend. Open. Then on the other side, this one. Come back. Go up. Four fingers down. Press in on that. Come back to here, move your four fingers on the outside the bone, press on that. Okay, so these are the pain. These ones are the one that relieve natural painkiller in your body. Okay, all right. So this is the large intestine, and I start talking about the lung. The lung. This is one. There's another one right here. Very good. And then continue. When the best way is just scrape. So that I'm really only doing that to kind of introduce you to the energy point, but we're going to work on that very comprehensively with the scraping, right? The other one is that this is the mental side of the heart. So this is a very famous one to help you sleep. Okay. And then massage that about four fingers worth. There's a bunch of energy here. Come back to here. The thumb comes down at the bend. And then the comes down at the bend and then massage here. Now the best way is just scrape. Okay, use your knuckle and scrape. So yesterday in my Cantonese class, I was talking about some of the fellow students that we had, um, um, and particularly I mentioned one student who passed away when she was 104, right? And she was really amazing, good teacher. And I mentioned, anybody else knows anybody else that live until 99 or 100, and I actually know a few, including my grandmother. And what you find is very interesting. Most people have problems with, eventually has problem with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and diabetes, which is high glucose in the blood, or maybe high fatty content in the liver, and so forth. And one or the other, or all four, right? I actually know people that have all four. They have like, their medicine collection is more than the food. Uh, and But then when you actually think about the people who live past 100, they don't have any of these. They don't have any of these. So you would think logically. I'm an engineer, so I think logic. Now, if you have high blood pressure, you go to the doctor and they give you high blood pressure medicine so that your blood pressure is really in control. And if you have high cholesterol, you take high cholesterol medicine so your cholesterol is under control. And if you're diabetic, similarly, your glucose under control. You're a healthy person, no? Most of them don't live that long. But the people who live very long, they don't take medicines. They don't have any of these. What that tells you logically is that if you have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, or any of those, and you take medicine, the the prescription medicine, actually all it does is knock down your symptom. It doesn't kill you. Doesn't you're not being there's no healing involved. The medicine just removed the symptom. So your body, the reason for all that is that your body is inflamed. You have chronic inflammation. That's the reason why you have high blood pressure. That's the reason why you have high cholesterol. That's the reason why you have diabetic. That's the reason why you have dementia. That's the reason why you're high risk of having a stroke or heart attack. Is that your body is inflamed, and none of those Western medicine deals with the inflammation, right? So what I'm trying to do here is learn the technique that reduce the inflammation, and I use a number of indicators. Pain is a very good one. Any kind of pain in your body, you better fix it, right? Okay. All right. Okay. So scraping, very, very important. Okay. So if you have any kind of pain, you just have to learn to scrape. Learn to scrape. So now you take your knuckle and you identify three energy lines on the inside of your arm away from the sun, three energy lines on the outside facing the sun. First, we're going to start in the middle and always start at the elbow. Remember, there's a bunch of energy point here, and you end with the wrist. Again, a bunch of energy point there. So you take your knuckle and you scrape all the way to the wrist, and you come back and you go back. Now, if it hurts, that means your body's needing this, okay? And what you find is that over time, the pain will go away. And the pain goes away in a very magical way. It's like if I have to do this for a week, 10 days, no improvement, and all of a sudden, one day it just goes away. And it's because it's not so much your body is healing you, is that you're opening the channel and the energy from the universe is flowing through you. All of a sudden, you have life energy. You're just one step away of being a zombie. Zombie has zero energy, life energy. Okay. Now we're going to work on locate the bone. We're going to work on the inside of the bone again from the elbow to the wrist, back, and then to the wrist. And now we're going to work on the bone. And you might say, well, what's with the bone? I thought you said there's three here and three here. Well, actually, it's a simplification to think of the energy as just a meridian. There's actually a cross flow energy, and so they flow across. And if you feel any kind of kinks here, that means that you have blockage on the cross flow. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to work on the other side. Scrape, 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 and then the center line. Okay. And come. And then now we're going to work on the back of the hand where we were before. The fingers, the thumb, back to the fingers, the back of the hand, and then the center line. This is called the triple warmer. And then rotate your hands. And then once you get to the middle, and now don't forget this one. This is the heart, the mental side of the heart, and all the way to the elbow. Now try the other side. Scrape, and then a little further up on one side of the bone. Again, from the elbow to the wrist, the bone, the other side, and straight. Back of the hand, fingers. Okay. All right. Okay, so now scraping is very good, right? So that's another modality, right? So it's the same body, it's the same energy lines, it's just different way of fixing it. The most famous one, of course, is acupuncture, but there's also acupressure. So when we apply pressure like this, that's basically acupressure. There's tapping, there is scraping, and then there's also the one that uses the suction cup, right? All those are trying to do. And then there's another one that looks like they pick a big old incense and they provide some heat, and it's essentially infrared treatment. Okay. All right. So now we're going to continue. And going to stretch the spine, open the shoulder, lean back, and then relax the shoulder. All right. And then we're going to point the fingers towards the camera. We're going to use some essentially mechanical means, action equal to reaction, using the fingers to create this flow of energy. So fingers pointing to the camera, four fingers of the spring, thumbs hold down the spring, lock your elbow so the energy can flow back. And then wind up the fingers, hold it down with the thumb as hard as you can, and then get ready. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, and 10. Okay, we're going to continue another one, which is essentially the same, but swinging the arms. Again, stretch your spine, open the shoulder, lean back, upper torso, relax the shoulder. Now, there's two energy points here called the gate to the cloud, which is the last energy point of the lung before it goes inside the body. It actually starts at the tip of the fingers where we worked on, and right here, and a few more, and then at the elbow, all the way up to here. So this is a very good one, right? So we're going to take the fingers, we're going to form what's called the lotus hand. We take the thumb and the middle finger, we put them together and we squeeze. Then we take the other three and we stretch them out like this. Then we take this lotus hand, we put that here, right here, right here. Okay. And then we open the shoulders, stretch your spine. Get ready. Back of the hand facing the camera. Get ready. One. Back of the hand facing the camera. Open the fingers. Come back. Lotus hand. Put it back here. Sit up straight, facing the camera. Back of the hand facing the camera. Two. Come back. Three. Come back. Four. Five. Six. Seven. Eight. Stretcher. Nine and 10. Okay. All right. So this one is actually very good for carpal tunnel. Carpal tunnel is inflammation. This one is very good for the frozen shoulder. Frozen shoulder is inflammation. All right. Okay. So we're going to learn how to massage as well, but we're going to do that after we do the sitting meditation. Okay. Right now, we're going to learn how to tap, and we're going to start from the very top of the head, which is extremity. And we're going to work all the way to the bottom of the feet, which is the other side extremity. Okay. So the top of the head is energy point called 100 meet. And it's basically if you go from the ear up, okay, this is very important. This is where all the yang energy, which comes from in the back, exposed to the sun, come together. Right. So this is a very important one. And so that's why when we sit, we like to sit with this pointing to the sky on top of the spine. And so we become like the conduit of the cosmic energy. Okay. All right. So there's some questions wrote by, I can't read all of them. I have to go like this. It's good. I'm aging. I shouldn't be here if I'm not aging, right? When you see me, you see that, oh, he's aging too. I am aging, 68, right? Okay. All right. So we're going to tap on this one. Okay. Now, so once again, stretch, open, lean back, relax. Now we're going to massage first. We're going to learn the massage. Okay. So we're going to locate the tip, not the fingernail, the tip. We're going to put that on the forehead, the thumb on the side, and very meticulously massage to the top of the head, to the back of the neck, Second time. And then third time. Now, put that above the ear. One time, two time, three time. Okay? All right. So this is something you need to do. Right? It's a good thing to do before you go to sleep. Just massage your um, your the top of the head. Okay. Now stretch, open, lean back. Take your 10 fingers, put that on top so they're pointing down. Okay, pointing down. Now sit up straight. Look at the camera. Don't look down. All right. Now we're gonna just tap it 30 times. Get ready. Go. Okay. Now once again. One, two, three, and then now on top. One, two, three. Okay, so I mentioned that all the yang energy comes together at the top of the head. So there's a central one called the guardian vessel that's outside the 12. That's like the primary channel. And then the 12 is actually like the tribulary that comes together. And then there's energy line here named after the bladder. And then there's energy line here named after the gallbladder. All right. Okay, so now we're going to learn how to tap, and I'm going to start with the top of the shoulder. So you put your fingers here, there's like a cavity, okay? And then up front here, and it's the gate to the cloud. This is called a well on the shoulder. We're going to sit up straight again, open the shoulder, relax, lean back, take right hand, form the empty hand, right? So we're tapping it with air, basically, okay? Compressed air, kind of, right? So we put the fingers here, we put the palm of the hand in front here. We sit up straight, we turn our head slightly to the right, we listen, listen, anchor your mind here using your ear, right? Get ready, wake up, continue. And stretch, open, lean back, relax, left hand, right ear. Get ready, wake up, continue. Okay, now we're going to work on the next one, which is at the armpit. This is a very important energy point that's associated with the mental side of the heart. It comes along here and then it goes in here. Okay, now as it turns out, it's not just the heart, but also the liver as well. So this is a good one. And so first, anchor your mind on the elbow. You bring your elbow up to the top of the head, and then you use the two fingers and you pinch the top part of the ear. And then the most important part, you sit up straight, you don't look down. So you're actually putting pressure here, and you feel this little bit here, muscle here. You feel here. That's good, right? Keep that intention. Now you take your right hand, your empty hand, you put that on the armpit, you turn your head to the right, you listen with the left ear. Get ready, go. Continue. And then the other side, focus on the elbow first. Bring it on top, and then pinch the upper part of your left ear, and you sit up straight. So you put some tension here and here. You take your left hand, empty hand, you put down on your armpit, you turn your head to the left, you listen with the right ear. Wake up, continue. Okay. Now this is there's something called the eight cavity. And so there are times when I would only tap the eight cavities, right? So one, two, three, four, and then there's another two, four. Those are the cavity. They're like the, or there's another word which is like the, it's hard to explain. It's like the, yeah, it doesn't matter. It's a cavity. It's the part of your body that's closest to the internal organ from an energy standpoint. They're the warmest. They're the warmest in the body. Here, and then the other two. I remember many years ago, I was climbing Mount Kilimanjaro with my son. It was so cold. I had, I remember I had three gloves. I had three gloves, two gloves and a mitten. I remember I was wearing layers and layers of clothes. I must have like three pairs of pants, including a shell and all kinds of stuff. Two pair of socks. But it was still so cold. The only way I could keep warm is take my hand out of my glove, put it inside my jacket, and just like this. That was the only way to keep warm. That just tells you that these are the warmest part. Okay, so that and here. All right, so now we're going to work in here. You remember that I talked about how the three energy lines come together, both the heart and the lung. So you take your left hand, you lock your elbow, you place your palm at the height of your eyebrow. You take your right hand, empty hand, fingers on top, and then the center of the finger on the side, and you go like on the angle. So you're covering all three. Okay. Listen with your left ear. Get ready. Go. Continue. And the other side. Lock your elbow. Left hand. Right ear. Get ready. Go. Continue. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna work on the back. Now we're gonna work on your back. So you can stand up to do this, just kind of give you a chance to loosen up your knee, but you also can also do this sitting down. Now here is interesting exercise. It's called mixing the water and fire. So the Chinese believe that the internal organs are separated into three parts. That's why it's called a triple warmer. What's above the diaphragm, what's between the diaphragm and the belly button, and what's below the belly button. And they associate functionality with that. And they say the upper is like the fog. It's like in the morning in San Francisco, the fog comes out. The fog is actually very important for the soil. So they think that this is the fog. This is the nutrient between the heart and the lung. Is the nutrient that goes into the body. That's why this is called the gate to the cloud, right? The fog. And then they said the middle part here is like the foam is what you get when you fermentation, right? It's like when you make beer, you had and so this is the part that is responsible for digestion, and digestion is basically fermentation. And then what's below the belly button is it's like the sewage, but the word is a little bit more subtle. It's not just throwing the waste away; it's really filtering the waste so that you reclaim what's important to your body, right? So that's what the kidney does. Okay, so there's three parts. Now, what they considered what's below is the water, and what's above is the fire. And so this is about mixing the water and fire. It's like when you grow vegetable, you want to make sure that the soil and the sun is working in harmony, right? And when we practice, I mentioned how I have certain indicators about good health. And one is the pain, that's indication of inflammation, chronic inflammation. That is um, the source of all evil. The other two that I use as indicator is whether or not my mouth is wet, that whether or not I'm self-hydrating, and when you're under stress, it turns off your saliva gland. That's why your mouth is always dry and you have to drink lots and lots of water. and that's one. And so I want to make sure that I'm in harmony between the fight or flight and rest and digest, so that my mouth is wet all the time by itself. You notice that I don't drink water. The other one is opposite. So that's the water element rising to the top of the body. The fire element going to the bottom of your body is when you keep the bottom of your feet warm. Okay. And so when you exercise like we do here, you find that, oh, actually the bottom of my feet is warm now as opposed to cold. Okay. Otherwise, if you sleep with your spouse will be the first one to tell you that your feet is warm, is cold. All right. So we're going to do this one called the mixing water and fire. So stretch, open, lean back, relax. Take your right hand, put it as far back as you can. Take your left hand, use the back of the hand, and wrap around on the on the right side, around where the kidney is. And the most important is you rotate your body. Okay, get ready, go like this. Okay, the other side. Rotate your body. Okay. All right. So we continue to tap. Now we're working on the lower part of the body. So I mentioned there's 6 energy lines in your body. These are the tripullaries, and each one is active for 2 hours. So that makes the 24-hour clock. 6 of them originate from the fingers, and 6 of them originated from the toes. Yin and yang together. So the one associated with the upper body is the lung, the lung, the heart, the pericardium. The one associated with the lower part of the body is the liver, the splint, okay, and the kidney energy line, okay. Now we're going to work on the lung, the liver energy line above the knee. Open your knee and then identify 2, divide it into 3 equal parts. Use what's called a soft fist. Okay, get ready, go. And second one. Okay, so this is the yin side. It's the one that's named after the liver. The yang side is on the outside, okay, facing the sun. That's the one named after the gallbladder. That's a yin yang pair. So you take your knee, you close it, and then outside 2, right? Now, remember what I said about inflammation and clearing the energy line? These 2 are associated with reducing your chance of having a stroke. Okay, very famous. You ready? Go. Second one. Okay, so these 2. Now the gallbladder is interesting. Many of the energy point in the gallbladder is named after wind. Now wind is something that you cannot see, smell, or taste. You can only feel. So it's an ancient way of saying nerve. Okay, so very interesting. Okay, so now that was above the knee. So we're going to continue to work on this energy line on the outside. And there's 3 energy points below the knee. The first one is right here. Okay, so if you take your fingers, you slide up, and you can't go anymore because there's a knee. That's the one you want. Now this one is again associated with immunity. Okay, so the acupuncturists always like to put a needle here. Okay, ready? Go. And then in the middle, further down. Okay, so this is the gallbladder as a yang energy line facing the sun. There's three sides of your leg that are facing the sun, the side, the front, and the back. Okay, now the front is the energy line associated with the stomach. It's a very famous energy point here. So you start at the knee, four fingers, you locate the bone just outside the bone. Okay, now this one is very famous, and if you have any problem associated with digestion, this is the one. Okay, ready? Go. Okay, this one is called the emperor's energy point because when the emperor, after a big meal, the doctor would always do a massage here because it helps with digestion. Ready? Further down, hold another four fingers. Again, outside the bone, facing forward. Okay, ready? Go. Okay, now this is one, this is two, there's a one in the back, right? Now there's the one in here. This is so important that I'm going to do this separately. Okay, so there's one energy point here at the bottom of the calf. You see it right here? It's a very important one. The Western scientists call this the second heart. Okay. Now, one exercise I like to do that I recommend that you do, especially when you're watching TV, is you locate the calf at the very bottom calf. You push it's kind of tender. You put that on your right knee and you massage. Now, not only is this important for dementia, because it's called the second heart. It's to keep oxygen flowing into your brain. It's also important for high blood pressure. Okay, so you put that. This is you should do this every day. Right? This is a good exercise. Now, then we're going to tap this 30 times. And then the other side. Okay, now remember we're working the fingers. Now we're going to work on the toes. Okay, going to learn how to massage our feet. Okay, we're going to start with the left foot. Massage each and every one of the toes, just like the fingers. The fingers are the extremities. There are five of them, five elements representing the internal organs. The feet are the same. So you want to massage that. You want to massage this bent area. You want to massage the inside. Okay. If your feet is cold, you should do this before you go to sleep. Better yet, do it when you take the shower. Get a little plastic stool you can sit down and just kind of massage your feet while you're taking a shower. Why not? And now we want to massage the ball area. And this, of course, the ball area and the heel has very thick skin. So we're going to pinch it like this. Then we're going to massage the heel, same thing. Now we're going to learn how to scrape. So we scrape the bottom of your feet. Now it's a good time to examine the complexion of your feet. You say complexion of feet. Yeah. Complexion your face, complexion your feet. Check to see if you see any sign of blood. Nice pink color. You can see the blood inside, not too red, not too pale. That's what you want, right? That's what you want. Okay, now a very important part I mentioned, the inside here is the energy line that we name after the splint. It's a very important one. So the Chinese believe that the The kidney energy line, which is associated with water, is the precursor of life. That's the what, and then the splint, right? The splint energy line, the soil is the cradle of life. The two are very important to work together. Just like when you plant, you want to make sure you have water, you make sure you have soil. Both are important. So this one is important to work on the arch. So we work on the arch separately. So scrape the arch. Either you scrape or you massage, either way. But if you massage, you're going to hurt your thumb a little. As you get old, it's not easy to use the thumb. So you just learn to scrape like this. Some energy point that we want to learn about the splint. The first one is at the corner of the nail. The second one is on top. You feel this bone here, and just right below the bone, and you move along the arch. The second one, these are very sore. How do you know that your splint is weak? If you have water retention, you have swelling, okay, or for some reason you're not gaining any weight. That's another problem. So we're going to continue come up to the angle. From here, we're going to measure 4 fingers. You locate the bone, is right below the bone. This is a very important one. It's called the triple meat. It's all three yin energy line come together. You massage that. Now, scrape. So from the knee to the ankle, below the bone, scrape. So if you have swelling in your feet, then you have to work on these energy points, okay? And scrape. If you go to the doctor and you say, doctor, I have a problem with swelling in my feet, they're going to give you some diuretics to just pass out the water. And that's not good. That's the medicine. We'll fix the problem. Whatever it is that you complain to the doctor, he will fix it for you. Just so I always talk about Western science, Western medical science, like shooting the messenger, right? So I couldn't help but tell you that last night, some guys were fixing their motorbikes in the front of my house. In the front of my house, we have a lot of homeless people here, and so usually when that happens, you just kind of have to give them some time. They would move along, no problem. And if you try to cause trouble with them, they know where you live. It's not a good idea. But this time, the man and the woman were strangling each other. So I called the police. I called the police, right? Now, imagine the police came and arrested me. The problem is solved, right? Because no complaint. That's what happened to your doctor. You complain about water retention, he give you a pill, the symptom goes away. It hasn't fixed the problem. Okay? That's what happens. It's just like if the police came and arrested me because I was complaining. All right, so now this is important, right? Okay, so now we come back to here, and you notice that there's a nice cavity here. So this is the very important one. It's called gushing spring. This is important. And so we're gonna do some acupressure here. And now we're gonna tap on the bottom of the feet, okay? So you bend your toes back a little bit, locate this point, locate the opposite point, which is the bottom, center of your palm. This is fire, this is water. This is a very famous exercise. Okay, get ready, go. Continue. Okay, all right. Now, one last one, very important one. If you have a habit of waking up between 1 to 3 o'clock in the morning, it's problem is with your liver fire. So learn to massage this one between your big toe and your little one, and then about 2 3 fingers press down on this one. Now again, this one is actually good for high blood pressure too. You press down on that one because it's the same as that one basically. Once upon a time when we walk on all four, they did identical. Okay, all right. Now let's quickly walk on the right side, and we need to meditate. Okay. Okay, start with the corner of the nail. So, um, Deborah, this is the exercise you need if you have swelling. Okay, and now right here, just work on this arch like this, right here, and then locate the ankle, 4 fingers, right here, and then scrape, and then back here, do some acupressure, and then we tap. Okay, you ready? Go. Continue. And then work on the top, and then do a little bit of the pressure here. Work on that. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna meditate. We're gonna meditate for health. Okay. We don't meditate for money. We meditate for health. So if you have swelling in your body, most likely it comes from your high blood. If you're taking high blood pressure medicine, then there's a strong possibility that the two are related. Okay. So depending what kind of high blood pressure medicine you take, over time, uh, one kind of medicine causes coughing, the other one causes swelling, and then the third one causes frequent urination. High blood pressure is a bad news, really bad. Okay, so let's meditate for health. Let's meditate for health. Now, turns out that the number one cause for uh, premature aging and untimely death. There's no such thing as timely death. Okay. All right. Is just not exercise, right? If you sit on your chair all day, that's the worst you could do to your body. So you want to exercise. Everybody understand that, and they get they once they start exercise, they like it. They like it because it creates a lot of hormone in your body, and some of the hormones are happy hormone. It makes you feel really good when you exercise. So I highly recommend that. And so, and then the other thing that it does, one of the hormone it creates is a form of steroid, right? It's called cortisol. So if you have rashes, the doctor give you hydrocortisone. If you have, um, uh, so you know cortisol is a steroid. It turns out the body has that. And so when you exercise, it puts off steroid, and it heals the inflammation, right? So exercise is a good thing. The problem is that if that's all you do, you especially if you do some really intense exercise, like you run marathon, you do weightlifting, all of that, you create so much steroid in your body that your body loses sensitivity to it, right? So these days, the doctors start understanding, they call this autonomous disorder, that you're always stressing your body and you don't give it time to restore itself. So the key to health is a combination. Learn how to put yourself into the fight or flight, and learn how to put yourself back into the rest and digest. And we would do that with abdominal breathing. Okay. So if you have problem going to sleep and you do a search, you will find all kinds of way, all kinds of people telling you what they should do, what should you eat, the supplement you should have. But interestingly, at the very end, they always said, learn how to do abdominal breathing, right? That will put you back to that will allow you to go to sleep. And basically, what that does is that it puts the elasticity back into the autonomous nervous system. Because otherwise, you're stuck on one. Especially you're stuck on fight or flight. You create so much cortisol in your body, the melatonin is nowhere to be found. And if there's no melatonin, there's no way to sleep, right? So you need to kind of learn to put that elasticity back. And so um, many people will have different technique. The one that the special forces uses, the American military special, is called the box breathing. Breathe in, hold it, breathe out, hold it, breathe in like that. Okay. Another technique basically says that whatever you do, just slow it down to about 6 breaths per minute, 10 seconds each. So if you put them together, it will be like 3 seconds, hold it for two, breathe out for three, hold it for two, like that. They call that box breathing. I don't recommend box breathing. Box breathing just puts more anxiety in you. You're trying to achieve something that's actually very stressful. So I modified the box breathing into what's called I call the lopsided trapezoid. Has 4 sides, but you let your body guide you. Don't try to beat your body into submission. So what I'm saying is that you learn to breathe in and then just relax. And however much time before you breathe out, just let it be. Sometimes it's a fraction of a second and your body breathes out again. So imagine this lopsided trapezoid. You go up, there's a little bit of space, and then you breathe out. And it could be that you breathe out and then right away you breathe in. That is fine. Don't force yourself. But what you find is that as you relax, that space between breathing out and breathing in again become longer and longer. First becomes obvious, then it becomes longer and longer. And your lopsided trapezoid becomes bigger and bigger because you're taking more time to breathe in and more time to breathe out. Let your body guide you. Okay? Don't force yourself. Don't accept your body as it is. All right? Okay, that's what really health is. It's not trying to beat it into submission and follow some regimen. It's just let it be. Okay. All right. So how do we do that? First, before we do anything, we got to put our body into the stress-free mode. Where does the stress come from? The stress comes from the muscle. So let's not use the muscle to support our body. All right. So if you sit like I do, or you sit on the chair, doesn't matter. You're loosening up your feet a little bit, and especially you sit like I do, put some pillows and blankets underneath, so you're not using muscle. Don't raise your hand. Just leave it. Just leave it. Right. Okay. So now the where you're usually using muscle is your back and your neck. So I want you to focus on the bottom of your spine, slowly move up to the top of the head. As you do that, take your body with you, stretch your spine, stretch as hard as you can. And then now lean back. And as you lean back, I want you to open the shoulder. You lean back to a point where you're just about to fall off, and then you relax. Now what you're doing is you're taking your spine and you're stacking it up. And so you're not using your back muscle anymore when you lean back like this. You're using your frame to support the weight. Then what you want to do is you lean back the forehead so the weight of the head is on top of the spine. It's as if you're balancing a bowling ball with a bamboo stick. The ears on top of the shoulder. Then what you want to do is do a final adjustment, which is to tuck in your chin. So the top of the head, this 100 meter energy point, is on top of the central nervous system. You want to close your eye, but don't shut your eye. Just close it, relax. So you can actually see some light passing through, just like the baby. Okay, the baby sleeps with the eye relaxed, not with the eye shut. Then you want to take the tip of the tongue and you put it behind here, where the teeth meets the roof of the mouth. This is important because you're reactivating the saliva gland. You feel the inside of your mouth, and that will ensure that you're in rest and digest. Okay. Now I want you to first do some warm-up exercise. We call it intentional breathing. So you feel your body and you ask yourself, do I even know that I'm breathing? I know I'm breathing in. I know I'm breathing out. Okay, so that's the first part, knowing. The second part now is called anchoring. So you anchor your mind on the belly button. As soon as you know that you're breathing in, you move the belly button forward. And what that does is that it pulls down the diaphragm and then increasing your lung capacity. As soon as you're breathing out, you move the belly button backward. You push up the diaphragm, squeezing all the stale air from the bottom of your lung. But you do that in a very relaxed way. You're not forcing your body. You're just following the body. When I breathe in, I move the belly button forward. When I breathe out, I move the belly button backward. Your body will follow, don't worry. Okay. Now we're going to start to do this modify the box breathing technique, what I call lopsided trapezoid. Now I want you to start at the very bottom of your spine. Wait for your body to breathe in. As soon as you breathe in, move slowly towards the top of your head. Take your body with you, stretch your spine. When you reach the very top of your head, just relax. And most likely you will breathe out right away. That's okay. And as you breathe out, it comes back down. But at least you might not know this, but there's a fraction of time where your body is completely still. It's like throwing the ball into up in the air before it comes down. It actually just stay there at the very top a little bit. So at least you have a little bit of room between your in breath and out breath. But as soon as you breathe out, you come down from your forehead to the bridge of your nose back to your belly button. And when you do that, I want you to lean back the upper torso and relax your shoulder. When you get to the belly button, chances are you breathe in right away, which is fine. So as soon as you breathe in, you go up, take your body with you, stretch. When you get to the very top, wait till your body to breathe out. As soon as you breathe out, come back and come towards the belly button, but then you lean back your upper torso, you relax your shoulder, and you stay focused on your belly button. Wait for the body to breathe in, and then go back up again. Okay, 7 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. Okay, I want to do some stretching. Okay, open your eyes. So I noticed that there's some comments about health and living well and inflammation and all that. And so just quickly, the name of the class is called Chi Therapy for Mindful Aging. And so I choose that very carefully. The word chi is just the beginning of a conversation about the existence, our existence. Typically, we think of existence purely as the body, and the Indians, the, the, the yogis, they think of in terms of five dimension of existence. The Chinese simplified it into three: just the body, the energy, we call qi, and the mind, right? So qi therapy is just a reminder that our existence is beyond the body. So if you want the body to uh, be healthy, you actually need to expand your horizon to think not just the body, but the energy in your mind. The mind is the most important, it turns out. The word therapy is just that. It's just to restore harmony, restore order. And the order that we talk, the disorder that we're talking about is now called autonomous disorder, right? That you are basically stuck mainly in the fight or flight. There are people who are stuck in the rest and digest, and they cannot raise their stress hormone. And one indication of that is when you get up in the morning, you get lightheaded or even like ringing of the ear. That's when you're stuck on the rest and digest. So the exercise we're just doing is just to restore the elasticity. As you breathe in, you raise your body, your shoulder goes up, and your diaphragm goes down, increasing the lung capacity. But put yourself into the fight or flight, releasing stress hormone. That's when you want to heal your body, remove as much inflammation as possible. And then when you breathe out, you come down, lean back, relax. That's where you return to the 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 rest and digest. Okay, and that's when you restore sensitivity to the stress hormone. That's the way we're meant to live. Is that harmony? Okay, the other harmony, not just the yin and yang harmony, is the harmony with our environment, our sun, right? Live according to the sun. So if you're interested, you should look up the something called the meridian clock. I go to sleep before 11, give myself a complete 4 hours to exercise to benefit from the activity of the gallbladder and the liver, as if I'm getting a 4 hours blood transfusion, right? I sleep through the night. I get up 6 o'clock. I do my things, and I'm wide awake at around 7. 7 and 9 is when the stomach meridian is active, and that's when your yang energy rises, and you want to be with the sun. You don't want to be lying down. And then I take a nap around 1 o'clock or so when the heart energy line, that's the fire, is very active. And you don't want to fight fire with fire. That's when the sun is way up there, and that's when you want to lay down and rest. Okay? Live with the sun. Live with the earth. Eat the right food, unprocessed food, right? Those are not food. Those are food stuff. Those they look like food, but they're not food. They're not natural food. Eat natural food. Okay, so let's exercise. We do some stretching. We're gonna run out of time as usual. Thank you, Martha. I miss you. Okay, all right. So we're gonna do some stretching now. The stretching, very easily mistaken as stretching of the muscle. It's stretching the muscle, but more importantly, is stretching the back. The back is the gallbladder energy point. And if you study these meridian, you will find. I'm sorry, bladder. And if you study these meridian, you will find that there's a lot of energy points in the back, and each one of them start with the Chinese word that means healing, healing of the liver, healing of the kidney, healing of the lung, and so forth. And so, in the modern terminology, that's detox. Okay, so we're not just stretching the muscle; we're actually stretching the back. All right. So first, we're going to work on the angle. Take your angle left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Nice big full circle clockwise, and then counterclockwise. Okay, now remember, actually the Chinese word is called pressing the back. So when we do stretching, It's not about down, it's not about the leg as much as it's really about the back. So when we press down, it's pressing forward, okay? But it's mind, body, and chi together. Now, in this case, chi just means breath, okay? Now, we're gonna sit up straight. We're gonna focus on the center of your palm. As you bring up your hand, I want you to take a deep breath in. Breathe in. Breathe out. Looking straight ahead. Press forward. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. And then breathe in. Open your mouth. Breathe out. Or close your mouth. Relax. Restore yourself. Starting from 0. Get ready. Sit up straight. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look straight ahead. Press forward. 1, 2, and 3. Hold it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. One last time. Sit up straight. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1, 2, and 3. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. Okay? All right. Now, right foot forward. Left foot, the bottom of the feet at the inner thigh. Push down with your left. Push down the right knee with your left hand. Sit up straight. Follow the right hand to the center of the palm. Get ready. Breathe in. Breathe out. Press forward. 1. Looking straight ahead. 2, 3. Hold it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. Second time. Sit up straight. Get ready. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. One last time. Sit up straight. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. Okay, now to the left. Breathe in. Breathe out. Forward. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. Second time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Forward. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. One last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, now back to the right. This time, the bottom of the left foot is facing back. Then you push down on the right knee. Breathe in. Breathe out. Forward. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. Sit up straight. Second time. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. Breathe out. One last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay. Get ready. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1, 2. Hold it. 3. Hold it. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Second time. Sit up straight. Follow the hand. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. Breathe out. One last time. The very last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, now to the hip. Bottom of the feet touching. Grab the toes. Bring it towards yourself. Use your knee. Use your elbow. Sorry. Press down on the calf. As you press forward, forward, not down, forward. You open your hip. Okay. Get ready. Sit up straight. One, two. Open that hip. Three. Hold it. And relax, sit up straight, bring it further in, press down with your elbow, sit up straight, open that hip. One, two, and three. And relax. One very last time. Okay, very last time. Bring it as close as you can. One, open that hip. Two, open it. Three, and relax. Back to the heel. One, two, one, two. And then rotate clockwise, and then rotate counterclockwise. Okay, two more times. Okay, ready? Breathe in, breathe out. Forward, one, two, three. Hold it. Breathe in, breathe out. I'm pretty relaxed. Very last time. Sit up straight. Breathe in, breathe out. Forward, one, two, three, four, five. Hold it. Breathe in, breathe out. Relax. That was a lot of work. So for that, you get a reward. You get to sleep for 3 minutes. Lying down meditation. Okay? Lying down meditation. All right. So you should learn this, and you should remember to do this every night when you go to sleep. Not only when you go to sleep, but when you wake up in the middle of the night and you want to go back to sleep. This is how you do it. First, you want to check your pillow. You lie down flat on your back. You're enjoying the ceiling. You're relaxing. And make sure that the pillow is of the right height so you're not looking back, you're not looking at your toes. Then you slowly rotate to one side. You don't want to sleep flat like this because you're going to have you pressing down on the back side of your brain, which is the memory you're going to have nightmare. So you sleep on the side, left or right doesn't matter. Right is prefer because you're away from you're not putting as much pressure on your heart. The cardiologist will tell you this. And you want to make sure you put the pillow right below the neck. Okay, so you don't want to form a bridge with your neck. You're actually supporting your neck. Now you rotate your head so you're looking down at your belly. You stretch your legs again, but you bring one up. You bend it slightly so that the knee is on top of the muscle and vice versa. But you don't want to sleep like this because then you're putting a lot of pressure on your lung and your heart. So just stretch and then relax. Right hand or the left hand, whichever one is the bottom, put that on top of your head. The other one, you rotate your body back slightly and you basically apply some pressure on your abdomen. And now I want you to feel your breath again. When you feel that you're breathing in, move the belly button forward, pressing on your hand or your pillow. And when you feel that you're breathing out, bring back the belly button so the hand or the pillow is rebounds. And just focus on your breathing for 3 minutes. Normally, when you try to go to sleep, you don't even need 3 minutes. And just relax. Let your body restore itself. Okay, that was a lot of energetic exercise. You create a lot of stress hormones, so now is a good time to restore sensitivity. Okay, open your eyes. And very slowly get up. Okay, it's 9 o'clock. So as a bonus, we will um, we will do the Jing. You don't need to stay. You can follow the recording. Do that on your own time. But if you stay, you must do the full course, which is about 10 minutes, okay, including the sitting down meditation afterwards, because otherwise you get too much stress hormone in your body, too much yang and not enough yin. Okay. All right. So this is the mother of all qigong. This is something that was brought to the Chinese in the 4th century by a Indian yogi named Bodhidharma. Okay. All right. So you start with the feet the same width as your shoulder. Then you rotate the toes inward and you loosen up your knee because you want to activate the second heart, right? Remember? Then you open your shoulder just like you sit and you straighten up your spine and you relax your shoulder. And you check your head so you're not looking down, right? So you lean back the forehead, you tuck in the chin. Then you take your hand and you put it right by here, forming a plane, not in front, not behind, with the center of the palm facing the earth. Now, this is called spirit boosting palm. When I say go, I want you to first bring your mind to the center of your palm, mind, body together, and you push as hard as you can. Okay? And then you feel the vibration starting at the bottom of your spine. It will go up to the top of your head, come back down. Then you take 2 deep breaths. No, two natural breath. Okay, that is one regimen. Get ready. Open your shoulder. Don't look down. I mean, don't look down like this. Look forward, but a little bit down. Get ready. Go. And then relax. 2 natural breath. 1, 2. Very important. Let your body restore itself, but also check to see if the inside of your mouth is dry. If it's dry, then put the tongue behind here, right? Activate the saliva gland. Get ready? Second time, open the shoulder, palm facing down, mind, body together, go. And then focus on your breathing. One last time, go. And then relax, focus on your breathing. Now the second one is called pointing. Pointing is the same as the thumb. So you take your thumb, you point it to here. This is one tail. This is the name of the energy point, but you don't need to touch. You just need to form the energy loop. Then you take your 4 fingers, you roll up, and then you take your thumb and you bend it upward as hard as you can. This activates the large intestine meridian. Essentially, in modern word, is called detox. And then you relax your hand without rolling your fingers. Focus on your breathing. After 2 breaths, second time, lift up, bend the thumb up as hard as you can, as if you're lifting 2 buckets of water. And then relax. Focus on your breathing. One last time. Bend it as hard as you can. Activate that large intestine meridian. And then roll your hand, completely relax. Next one is called beginner's heart, beginner's mind, the baby's mind. You take your thumb, you put it across, so it's essentially right below the ring fingers. You're pressing on 2 very important energy points associated with the heart and the meridian. You roll your fist and you squeeze your fist like the baby squeezing their fist inside the mother's womb, creating energy. And then you relax. Don't roll your hand, just relax your fingers. Second time, and you squeeze as hard as you can, and then open the hands. Okay, now opening part is important, okay? Always when you open, because you don't want to let the energy flow again, right? Now, one last time, put the thumbs across, squeeze your fists, as hard as you can, and then lower your hand, relax, completely relax. Now we're going to take a deep breath. We put the fists together right below the belly button. The energy point here is called the Sea of Chi. As you breathe, you raise your upper torso. You bring your fist up to here. Okay, get ready. Breathe in. And then relax. Now you bring your elbow together. Remember when we were tapping the energy point in the back? I call it mixing water and fire. That's what you want to open. You want to open up the shoulder. Okay, so you do that by putting the fist in front of your nose. You bring your elbow together. You focus on the back, and then you want to open that back, and then relax. Okay, like bending your back forward, opening those two energy points. Through breath, and then get ready. Stretch your back, and then relax. Focus on your breathing. Okay. One last time. Stretch your back, and then relax. Focus on your breathing. Next one is called fists on top of the head. So you focus on the fist, you open the shoulder, you bring your fist above the head, you open the fingers. Okay. Now you roll your fist, one joint, two joint, you lock up your thumb, and you squeeze as hard as you can, and then relax. You're fighting with your heart. Okay, so this is very cardio. Second time, you squeeze as hard as you can, and then relax. Let the blood come back to the fingers. One last time, and you squeeze as hard as you can, and then you relax. Now the next one is called stabbing the shoulder. Essentially, it's as if you're squeezing the back of your neck, and then when you relax, then the energy will flow to the top of your head. Okay. Now the way to do that right is open the shoulder. Always, you just have to open the shoulder. Then it's as if you're grabbing two daggers, and you point the dagger onto your shoulders. Essentially, you're aligning this energy point called the merging valley, and this energy point called the well in the shoulder. Okay, now you have to do this with the shoulder open like this, and you stab, and you feel the tightness in the back of your neck, as if somebody is squeezing it, and then you relax. You feel the flow of energy going to the top of your head. This is very important if you have high blood pressure. Okay, get ready. Second time, hold the dagger, point the dagger, and stab. Feel the stress in the back of your neck, and then relax. One last time. Stab, and then relax. Focus on your breathing. Okay, now next one is called the cross. You're actually stretching this energy point called the triple warmer. So you're essentially working with all the internals. So you open your hand now. Then make sure that you're not punching. You're stretching. Okay. So you almost see no movement on my fist. All right. Now you make a cross. You lock your elbow. Huh? You open your fingers. You make a big movement on your wrist. Remember the energy point on your wrist. You roll your fist. You take a deep breath and you push. And then you relax. Focus on your breathing. Get ready. Second time. And you push. And then you relax. Focus on your breathing. One last time. Roll your wrist. Rotate your wrist. Roll your fist. And then push. And relax. In Chinese, we say bang. Avalanche. Pushing the mountain to cause an avalanche. Same thing. Front hanging. Lock your elbow. Facing forward. Imagine you have a wall in front. Wrist. Fist. Take a deep breath. Push. And then relax. Focus on your breathing. Okay, second time. Push and then relax. Okay, third time, push, and then relax. Now we're going to do a chin up. Okay, as we age, we lose muscle. We lose muscle, and so we want to restore those muscle. So first, we have to look up a little bit. We see this bar across. We grab the bar, and then we pull ourselves up using all our muscle. You don't use it, you lose it. Okay, and then relax. Focus on the breathing. One breath at a time. Second time, look up, pull, and then relax. That's the worst thing that could happen as you age. You lose muscle. You lose muscle, you lose all immunity. Okay, and now then you do the opposite, which is like ripping a yellow page. I actually got a yellow page the other day, but it was very dirty. I didn't want to bring it up. Okay, now you grab the yellow page and you rip the sucker using all your strength and relax. Second time and relax. Last time and then relax. Now you collect all your slivers. So if you didn't relax, you weren't watching for your breathing, you wouldn't have any saliva. So now you got plenty of saliva. Collect all that and you swallow all the way down to it. Swallow. Mm. Okay, the Chinese call that J letter. J not letter, right? Very good for you. Okay, so now the next one often is overlooked. It's very important. It's just bending your back with all the energy lines in the back. Okay, so you do that first of all by making sure that you're not locking your knee. Your knee are bent like this all the way. Not too much. Just not lock it. Then you straighten up your back of the hand touching, and then you just go down with the back straight. And you actually your head is parallel to the floor. The back of his hand is touching. You lock your elbow. And then you squeeze your fist one time. Relax, back of the hand touching. Make sure that your toes are pointing inward and you're not locking your knee, okay? Second time, relax. Third time, relax. Now flip the hand, focus on the center of your palm, take a deep breath. Breathe out. Breathe in. Palm facing forward, lower your knee. And this big rock in front of your body, mind together, push. Then take a deep breath. Swallow the universe. And then relax. Completely relax. Now walk back to the seat. This is very important. That's why I said you have to stay for the whole thing. It is very important that we meditate to restore the body. Okay? So that exercise that we just did is a QiGong exercise. It's very energetic, releases the right kind of stress hormone to reduce inflammation in the body. But still, we need to restore sensitivity to the stress hormone now by coming back to the rest and digest. Let's just sit for 3 minutes, okay? So it's not too much overtime. Focus on your breathing, one breath at a time. Okay, open your eyes. So we don't want to go too much over time. Put your hands together. Massage the face, side of the face, the forehead, top of the head, back of the head, lower part of the head, and the top of the ear. When you massage your head, I want you to be very grateful to your body. When you massage the top, know that this part is responsible for all the cognitions. When you massage the back, understand that this part is for memory. When you massage the lower part, understand that that's for your motor function. It's only when you show compassion to your body that you can live healthy, right? Think of your body as your travel companion. It's time to give it some loving kindness. Okay, so it's not just massage like you're beating it into submission, but really appreciate, right, different part of your body, what they're for, and how they've been with you all these years. All right. Okay, so I see you all next week. Let us be blessed with health, with happiness, and with peace. And peace means harmony, living in harmony, harmony within ourselves, harmony with our neighbor, harmony with people that we will have disagreement with. Okay? Just remember the word harmony. That's the key to everything. Okay, see you all next week. Goodbye. Thanks, Martha. Thank you, Julia, Rebecca, who else more? Laura, Roseanne. Okay, thanks everyone. Thank you for all the donations. Bye bye.